Oh dear, oh dear, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Hello, and welcome to the Daily Meal for Saturday, the 3rd of December 2022. Today was a match day for Millwall, and only Millwall, and we kind of fucked it up. Yeah, this is from millwallfc.co.uk. It's the match report from the official site. Millwall defeated Sunderland. Millwall were defeated 3-0 by Sunderland in the Sky Bet Championship on Saturday afternoon. Goals from Ahmad, Alex Pritchard and Ellis Sims sealed the 3 points for the Black Cats. The Stadium of Light, the manager opted for George Long in goal, with a back four consisting of Danny McNamara, Jake Cooper, Charlie Cresswell and Murray Wallace, behind George Saville and Billy Mitchell. Andreas Vogelsammer, Zion Fleming and George Honeyman supported Tom Bradshaw in attack. After jostling for early positioning and a penalty appeals, Cresswell tumbled inside the area. First chance of the game went the way of the Lions, but in the 15th minute, former Magnum Honeyman's shot was blocked behind after Fleming touched the ball into his path from a McNamara cross. From the resulting corner, an acrobatic attempt from Cooper was saved by Anthony Patterson. Vogelsammer's cross was directed behind by Honeyman, as Mill continued to enjoy the lion's share of action in the final third, with Danny Bath then having to race back to clear Bradshaw's goal-bound header away after Patterson was stranded. Sunderland's most likely source, meanwhile, was proving to be Pritchard, but the attacker's free kick shortly before the half-hour mark was dealt with by the Millwall wall. For 33 minutes, Ahmad took advantage of a fortunate deflection and looked to score, but a fantastic challenge from Wallace prevented Long from being tested for the first time. The goalkeeper had to deal with an effort for the first time on 38 minutes, but he comfortably collected Sims's shot. 2 minutes into 4 of first half stoppage time, Patterson's weak clearance saw the ball land at the feet of Fleming, but the Dutchman could only roll the ball wide as the sides went in level at the break. The first shot of the restart fell to Pritchard, but his drive nestled safely in the grasp of Long. With 53 minutes on the clock, however, Sunderland were to take the lead, as after Pritchard raced down the left-hand side, his cross was dragged into the path of Ahmad by Sims, the attacker tapping home a back post to open scoring. The Lions' response was strong, though, as a header had to be cleared off the line by Dan Neal, before Cresswell struck just wide from the corner kick that followed. However, 5 minutes after the first goal, the Mackhams were able to double their lead as Pritchard was allowed the time and space dancing between Mill's defence before striking a low effort pass Long. Rowett opted to freshen up his 11 on 66 minutes by bringing Callum Styles, James Shackleton and Mason Bennett into the mix at the expense of Saville, Honeyman and Vogelsammer, with Patterson then having to tip Fleming's cross over his own bar as the Lions looked to fight back. Mitchell fired at Patterson in the dying embers in a bid to set up a grand finale, but it was not to be, and defeat was fully confirmed after Sims beat Long to tap home 3 minutes into stoppage time. And Mill's team was as follows: Long, Murray Wallace, McNamara, Cresswell, Cooper, Fleming, Saville, Mitchell, Honeyman, Vogelsammer, Bradshaw. The subs were Malone on 82 minutes for Wallace, Evans on 82 minutes for McNamara, Shackleton on 66 minutes for Saville, Styles on 66 minutes for Honeyman, and Bennett on 66 minutes for Vogelsammer. Our new substitutes were Biakovsky and Hutchinson. So Hutchinson not featuring there. And there you go. There's all the other information as well. What can you say? It was built up as a big thing, a big opportunity, a big possibility, and it had completely and utterly the opposite effect. What do I mean by that? Well, we were looking forward, we were looking up, we were thinking, oh, if we win this game, how so presumptuous, if we win this game, we could go up to fourth. Well, let me show you what the table has done today. We are the only team playing, and we have dropped down a place. Not because Sunderland have gone above us, they are very close now, they are 1 point behind us. Because of our goal difference, we have dropped below Queen's Park Rangers, who did not play and have shit form of 1 point in 5 games. And now they are now managerless, I believe. I don't point at the manager because the old ones run off to Glasgow Rangers. So there you go. That is a sad, sad tale of counting your chickens before they've hatched. Back to the game though. We were all right in the first half. Zion Fleming, the opportunity that fell to him was, if he'd have put that in, I mean, it would have been a totally different game, a different story. We would have been 1-0 up going into half time. And you see, so obviously Tony Mowbray, he's no mug. He knows what he's doing. He's a top manager, especially at this level. And he goes in at half time and he says a few things to the players. He changes it up. And they're totally different. They're a lot sharper. And within, what was it, 8 minutes of the half time, they get the goal. And then they get another one 5 minutes after. It's good night, Vienna. To be honest with you, I stopped watching after that. I stopped watching after being 2-0 down. I was just so gutted that it went that way. That we ended up losing so easily like that. And the Millwall fans are pointing the fingers. They're pointing the finger as we do after a defeat. People pointing at Long, people pointing at Cresswell, some people pointing at Fleming. If he would have scored that, yeah, it would have been different. But yeah, it's how it is, isn't it? It's Zion Fleming. It's literally about him. If he's on, if he's switched on, we win the game. If he's not, we don't. People pointing at George Long. Should he be dropped now for Biakovsky again? You don't know. I told you in yesterday's video about a piece from London football scene by Ryan Loftus. I mean, is what he's saying, is it true? Maybe we should have one goalkeeper for home games and one goalkeeper for away games, and then they kind of in this perpetual battle of competition. And they both get to play, but then they're both competing with each other to outperform each other. I don't know. People pointing at Cresswell, he kind of made a mistake with one of the goals. Murray Wallace wasn't that great today. I don't see anyone pointing the finger at him. Yeah, it was just a bit shit. It's an away game. This is what I said. I wanted to see if our away form has actually improved, or are we still a bit com si com sa? Because we have had the two away wins since the formation change. We've had our first away clean sheet. What was this game going to give us? And it gave us 3-0. So there's obviously problems there. Our away form's still going to be patchy. We probably still need to be a bit wiser and just target certain away games. Try and win certain away games that we can win. What can you say? It's a shit day all around. And yeah, let's go back to the table. And if you look here, so you've got Burnley, you've got Sheffield United, obviously cream of the crop. Blackburn, they haven't drawn yet, which is weird. And but then you go to Watford. You go to Watford on 33 points in fourth, and then you go all the way down to 13th, 10 places basically, and you got 4 points covering all those places. It's you can drop like a stone, or you can climb up. And if you look at the form here, you can see Swansea City not doing too well, QPR not doing too well, we're not doing too well. We've got 1 win. And then you got teams like Coventry on a 4-win streak. I mean, so now we see next week what happens to all those other teams that start coming back. How are they going to react? How are they going to be affected? Is that going to be helpful for us? Is it not going to be helpful for us? Well, playing this game a week earlier than everyone else wasn't really helpful at all, was it? You made the fans get up at stupid o'clock. Had to get up the coach for 4 a.m. 800 fans went up there for that. 800, well, nearly 900. It was on Sky. Everyone saw it. It was a bit. It was a bit embarrassing, to be honest. Yeah. So let's have a little look from LondonNewsOnline.co.uk to see what Gary Rowett had to say about this. Gary Rowett felt his Mill team gifted goals to Sunderland. Gary Rowett accused his Mill side of gifting easy goals to Sunderland in today's 3-0 defeat at the Stadium of Light. The Lions dropped out of the Championship top 6 despite no other fixtures being played, due to the dent to their goal difference, moving QPR above them. Ahmad Diallo, Alex Pritchard and LSM scored for Sunderland in the second half as the South Londoners were punished for not taking opportunities of their own in an opening 45 minutes where they were on top. Yes, that's pretty decent summary there from Richard Colley. Mill manager Rowett said, "Yeah, disappointing. I'm disappointed because I thought we were the better side in the first 45 minutes. Sunderland have got the type of players that can get into those little pockets. Pritchard and Diallo. Clark tends to stay a bit wider, but he causes 1 or 2 problems for the 10 or 15 minutes. The best chances by far fell to us in the first half. Tom Bradshaw heads it over the keeper, and if he just gets it another yard in the corner, I don't think Danny Bath gets there. Zion has that chance just before half time, where he reads the goalkeeper's intentions, hits it the first time, and it goes an inch wide. George Honeyman has a good chance, great block by one of their defenders. Coops has an overhead kick that the goalkeeper does well to save. If you look at the big moments as an away team, I was quite encouraged by the first half performance. But what you can't do in this division is give away the first goal easily. You can't allow the home team to get a bit of a gift really and go 1-0 up. We had a chance to clear the first goal, they end up getting a bit fortunate. But Pritchard ends up in a position where they got 2v1 on the box. We should deal with it better. The second goal, Pritchard just wriggles past 2 of our players on the edge of the box. We have to work our feet quicker and get closer. I don't know if Longy's onside, but I think it'd be disappointing to save it. Yeah, he was onside. Watching the highlight back, there's literally 4 players. I don't know how the hell it got through. It kind of got through 2 of them and then through the other side of the other 2. And it didn't touch any of them. Like 2 of them, I think, were Millwall players, 2 were Sunderland players. The shot just goes literally through the eye of a needle through them. And George Long's like, he gets his hand to it, but what can you do? The third goal can't be described as any other way than an absolute joke from our perspective. The first goal gave Sunderland and their fans a little bit of a lift, and then they went with it for 10 or 15 minutes after that. They caused us problems all over the pitch. I was really pleased with the first 45, but the first 45 is halfway in the game. And that's all it is. We've conceded very poor goals. It's reminiscent of our early season away form when we were gifting goals to other teams, and they then gained the confidence from it. The only positive for us is that we've had the game out of the way, so hopefully by the time everyone else plays, there is really no excuses. Indeed, so this is what I said, like next week, are there going to be some other teams that are going to have a bit of a wobble? Because obviously, with with all these nine or 10 teams that are all back together around us, we need half of them to have really shaky comebacks, and for us to obviously beat Wigan. It's at home, but it's not guaranteed. I mean, you've got to turn up and play. We turned up and played today. We weren't sharp enough. We weren't really good enough up front in the first half, and weren't good enough at the back in the second half. So we wait to see next week. Hopefully Millwall are a bit more drilled. Hopefully Hutchison comes back in. I don't know why he didn't play today. Hopefully he's not like injured or that. They sometimes they'll name a player on the bench, but he's still injured. But they won't say he's injured. So hopefully he's not injured. Yeah. So Wigan next week. We wait and see. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.